Hello, everybody. My name is Mia. I am also named the Mystic Therapist, here to make a video sharing something with you that may be pretty controversial to say, but you will see why it needs to be said, okay? And so, I am a psychotherapist as well as a psychic medium. So I read tarot, I see into the spirit realm, and also have an occult shop, so, link below. But this is going to just give you a little bit of background to help to inform what I'm saying today. And so with that being said, I just wanted to say, yes, I worked as a therapist in the psych hospital, and there were times that I have seen that there were entities attached to certain clients. I was able to see that when they were sexually assaulted, we'll say, but the other word that's a R, things like that, that the spirits were passed down through that person onto them. I also spoke to one person's, a couple of people. Honestly, y'all, I'm trying to tell I know Archangel Michael's here, but I'm trying to tell myself not to feel any fear in speaking about this because it's a little dark, and there are certain people who don't want us to think this way, you know what I'm saying? For a reason, because they want to keep on giving the medicine and you know, not allowing people to really know what's going on so that they can actually treat it, because you already know in shamanism, bipolar disorder is a spiritual thing, and mental, quote unquote, mental illness is handled very differently. And so my views as a shaman informs my practice as a therapist. So I'll tell you a story. Whew. I know I'm beating around the bush, I'm scared. Okay. One time I was working with this adolescent client, and we did an art therapy project that really helped him to break to the core of himself. And he came through, because he was very much dissociative, also had some purging going on, meaning like eating and, purging. And a whole bunch of other things, said, a whole bunch of other diagnoses. But this particular person, I helped him to get down to the core of something. So he cried a lot. He was crying. And, I had to de-escalate and just kind of like really, just provide that support and hold that safe space for him. And then he looked up at me, and he was crying and saying that someone, ugh. Okay. I'm hearing to share it. Because I got to see it to tell it, So he was just saying, he's dating my partner. He took over my life. He's doing all this and that. And then he starts crying. And then he would switch. His eyes would shift colors. I'm an empath, so the energy would switch into a whole nother entity, not the boy. And then it was saying he said that he wanted to die, and he just that and the third, and since he didn't want to live anymore, I came in. Now I'm in the relationship. I'm living his life. I'm taking over his whole life. This, that, and the third. And then a couple seconds, then I, saw, look this energy entity in the eyes and saw, and then it shifted back to the boy, the energy shifted back, his consciousness came back, and he started crying again, and this, that, and the third. And then the other therapist came in to help de-escalate, and he had a really helped him to de-escalate using some art and things like that, you know. So he ended up being okay, but I saw and spoke to the thing that has possessed his body. He was open to something, and something has come in. I've seen many children, you know, in art therapy draw forms, entities and forms that they see. You know, a lot of, and this is another thing, a lot of people have psychic gifts, and I'm not saying everybody who sees things does. I'm not saying that. But I have certainly also ran into kids who have psychic gifts, and that's why when they meet me, there's an activation that happens, you know. I just always, especially some of them know that they're an empath, so I'm like, understand that you can't treat yourself like you're a regular human. You have to honor this aspect of yourself. So make sure that you're cleansing your energy and, you know, this, that, and the third. But anyway, I want to tell you another story. Ooh, there was this one girl, you know, I'm going to tell that. It's two stories that I could tell, but let me see, because, you know, I still want to HIPAA. I mean, you don't know anyone's names, but it's still a privacy thing. Let me see if I feel comfortable sharing. Let's just say that this particular entity thought it was a game. And, you know, inside this girl possessed, you know, obviously the girl's possessed, you know, and I seen it. She started crying to manipulate, came back, looked in the eye, different black eyes. She tried to, it was an energy of trying, it just, let's just say the energy tried it, right? And so, you know, when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream that it was an entity, right? And I woke up and I was like really unsettled and like protectioning up and all the things. And, you know, the next day, I had to stand face to face with this particular person. This is at the psych hospital. Little girl, right? Young teenager, as the entity was inside of her, and she stood right in front of me because she wanted me to have, the entity, not her, wanted me to feel fear because they feed off of fear. But fortunately, the reason why I had to face these, my voice is like shaking a little bit, because, you know, it's not something that's normal for people in society, but for psychics, this is something that happens to us. And me as a psychic therapist, this is something that has happened. And so so this had to happen at that point in time for me because I'm connected to a particular realm, elemental realm, and I have a particular type of spiritual protection that is now activated. So, mission accomplished, but also adding to the fact that, listen, all these mental health things going on, some of y'all, some people be having some entity attachments. A lot of people, you ever hear someone say, oh, I blacked out and then I killed this person or beat this shit, you know, like sometimes, not all the time. And then it's easier for them to come in when you are drinking, if you're doing drugs, if you're high. Every time you have sex with someone, they're passing spirits over to you. The people who they had sex with, they're passing that into you as a woman, your womb, you know. And so but the thing about it is, like, this time in 2022, this war is a spiritual war, and that is why people like me have incarnated at this time to infuse these energies into the spaces, you know, so that people can really align with the frequency of evolution and ascension of the 5D earth, right? So some people may watch this video and be like, oh, this is crazy, or whatever may have you, and that's okay. That just lets me know that they probably may operate mainly from the third dimension. And there's a lot of things put into place so that people can operate in the 3D, which is the matrix, which means that their third eye may not be as open, and that's okay. I just hope that they are safe, you know, and that they are prayed up, because the angels are help. You don't have to, you know, the angels, like for me, I'm protected by the angels, and you know, my aunt, so much protection, but we need a lot of protection. And that's why in the last few months, most of my orders that I've been shipping has been protection ritual spells, protection candles, return to senders. Unfortunately, people, you know, you got people out here dabbling and dibbling and God knows what with Ouija boards, and just the music that they're putting out, the energies that people are out here sending spiritual attacks, saying things, manifesting things about you, sending evil eyes left and right. You know what I'm saying? And then you may go through something, and you know, some people may go through it and they end up at the psych hospital, you know, and so people like me can see that. I'm like, because trauma, yes, trauma, it impacts us. Some you never know. Anybody can go to the psych hospital. Anybody can break. But there's a difference when your soul is in the abyss while another one is occupying your vessel for the time being. Exorcisms were real. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced something like this, or anybody can relate. Please, you know, tell your story in the chat, in the box, you know what I'm trying to say, the comment box. Drop 4 hearts in the comments if this was something that was enlightening for you today. Yeah, if you would like to work with me, I am a therapist and tarot reader, and I also have my own mystic shop. So if you need any manifestation candles, which, you know, conjure candles, oils, crystals, you can go click the link below, flamesoflove.net. My social media is there too. So anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here with me today, and I hope that you have a fabulous day.